Two things that I've seen online today have prompted me to record this commentary, and it has to do with these food choice and health Nazis. The first thing I saw was on a post on the Lew Rockwell Facebook page. And he had made the comment that he had spoken with someone who had worked on the Ron Paul campaign, and apparently this person had made some comment about being a paleo, which I have learned is some sort of diet, and that there were derogatory comments or something made because somebody ordered a pizza or pizzas. I guess apparently in political campaigns they eat a lot of pizza. And I didn't know what a paleo was. So as I read through the comments, and all of these people kept going on and on and on and on about, oh, pizza's the most terrible thing, and you know, how can you put that awful stuff in your body, and oh, if you only knew. And I eventually commented, and I was like, look, y'all need to get a grip. I'm 36 years old and I'm fat, and Pizza Hut pizza is my personal form of crack cocaine. Okay, I'm fat, I know it, I accept it. Maybe I'm going to die a little earlier than some of you food choice health Nazis, but I'm going to die with a smile on my face and a little bit of ranch dressing smeared on my upper lip. I fully support anyone's right or choice to eat anything they want to, or abstain from eating anything they want to. I know people that are very health conscious, and I respect their decision to put forth their best effort to be healthy. I respect that and I applaud that. However, this campaign against McDonald's and fast food and why do we have to take things to such extremes? I don't understand it. Number one, why don't you just mind your own business, for one? You know, I'm fat, and I come from a family of fat people. But here's the key thing. Very happy fat people, okay? We're all fat, and we like it, okay? And we're not ashamed of it. The second thing that I saw just a few minutes ago was this story about this news anchor from Wisconsin who received a nasty email from a guy basically saying to her, I don't watch your program, but what little bit I've seen, you know, you haven't changed your appearance over the years, and you're a bad example for little girls because you're fat and you're obese. All right, number one, you know, people say that cyberbullying is worse now than it ever has been. Well, that's true, because it's so easy for some chicken shit to sit behind a keyboard and say all kinds of stuff to people that know they can't get their hands on them. I'm a truck driver, okay, and I've got one of these, CB radio. And to me, that, you know, internet chat rooms and emails, nothing more than a glorified CB radio, because 15 years of this business, some jackass sits on the other side of the parking lot and tries to pick fights with people because he knows he can say anything he wants, and most of the time, nobody's ever going to be able to find him. But those are things that he would never say to someone's face. Someone like this guy, this jerk that sent this girl this nasty email, he would never walk up and say it to her face. Not one time. Because, you know, he knows that she'd probably kick him in the nuts. I think she handled it well. She handled it with class. She came out and hit it, you know, straight on. But you know, there's two issues at play here. One, with the food thing, some of y'all are just going to have to get a grip and understand that not everybody wants to be the way you are. So why don't you live on your principles? Live on what you believe. The greatest quote I've ever heard from a great man named Rick Burgess, who was a co-host of the Rick and Bubba show out of Birmingham, Alabama. He says, "You may not live what you profess, but you will uncontrollably live what you believe." Now let that one sink in for a minute. You may not live what you profess, but you will uncontrollably live what you believe. There are lots of things that I believe, and there are lots of things that I don't believe. And I live my life to the best of my ability on the principles that I hold dear and that I hold to be true. Nothing anyone ever says, especially when it's delivered in the way that most of these pinheads like to deliver it, is going to change the way I live. So mind your own business. Shut up. I smoked cigarettes for 15 years. And I always loved the people would come up and say, well, you know, if you quit smoking now, you'll add years to the end of your life. Well, Dennis Leary said it better than anybody. Yeah, and it's the adult diaper nursing home years. So, shut up and mind your own damn business. If you want to be heard, okay, make a statement. Make a Facebook page, get a website, record a video. Say your piece, and then shut up about it. Okay? I ate at McDonald's today. I don't feel a bit guilty about it. I had pizza yesterday. Tomorrow I'm going to be home, and I'm probably going to make a ham and some cornbread and some fried potatoes that are fried in oil, and they're wonderful and delicious, and I'm going to eat them up, and I don't really give a damn what anybody else thinks about what I choose to eat. So shut up about it. Mind your own business. Live your own life to your principles, and shut up. This thing with bullying, we're going to have to understand that, one, when bullying comes, and this is what we're going to have to teach our children, okay? Bullying that comes through electronic means is best handled through the delete button, because at the fundamental level, it is some piece of human garbage that doesn't have the balls to say it to somebody's face that wants to send an email or a nasty Facebook message. Well, that's easy to handle with the delete button. Now, if it's actually someone getting in your face and they're threatening to take your lunch money or whatever, I have instructed my kids, who are 3 and 6, that there is one way to deal with a bully, and that's to break their nose. I've already instructed my daughter, who is 6, shown her how to make a fist, and I said, no one will ever touch you, and if they do, I want you to take your fist and I want you to hit them in the nose as hard as you can. Now, that doesn't mean if they say something that hurts your feelings. It doesn't mean if they threaten you. I said, if they touch you, if anyone touches you inappropriately, you take your fist and you hit them in the nose as hard as you possibly can. Now, my kids are homeschooled, and they're not going to be allowed in these god-awful indoctrination camps we like to call the government schools. That's not going to happen. So my kids' chances of being bullied are already negligible compared, to the kids that have to endure a life in these god-awful public schools. But it still happens. We're out in public and we go places, and it it's going to happen. But a lot of problems would be solved quickly if people would just shut up and mind their own business. It doesn't matter if it's religion, politics, sexual orientation. Just shut up and mind your own business. Okay? that gay couple that lives down the street or across town or in another state, they're not affecting your life. So shut up about it and mind your own business. It's not a hard concept. Shut up and mind your own business. If you are one of these environmentalists and you want to live in a bamboo hut, go ahead, man. Have a ball, but leave me out of it. I don't see things the same way that you do, and you are not going to use the government's gun or threat of violence to make me bend to your way of thinking. It's not going to happen. So shut up, leave me alone, mind your own business. Stay out of your neighbor's business. It's real simple. But there are going to be fat people, and I'm one of them. So I'm just telling you, I'm not scared of it. Sure, I'd like to lose weight, and I'd like to be healthy, and I'd like all kinds of stuff. Sorry. I'd love to, man. I got dumbbells here in the truck, and I've got all these grand ideas. Oh, I'm going to get out of the truck and run and walk and do exercise, and guess what? Doesn't happen. Maybe some event is going to come along in my life that's going to force me to make that decision. But nobody's going to make that decision but me. And when that day comes, and if it comes, in a way I kind of wish it would, you know. But there are just other things that I'm more passionate about. And your food Nazi terrorist propaganda, and God, that's what it is not going to change my mind. Or any other tubby tub chub chub. You know? Just, God, y'all, shut up. Mind your own business, okay? Fat people going to be fat. Gay people going to be gay. People are going to stink and cuss and be loud and ugly and not conform to your way of life. So deal with it. And shut up and leave me alone.